My name is Chris. Lupin is 16 months. Basically, he's my world right now. I don't have a girlfriend or a wife, so basically all my extra time is spent with Lupin. He's very sweet, been a very good dog. Started out a little wild. He's going to be a family dog. I got him from SoCalPresa. He's been such a good dog. He's everything to me. I mean, as soon as I get home from work, he goes on a walk. We go hiking a lot. He's been good with other dogs. He gets to see other dogs. He goes to the dog park. His temperament has been very good. He's very athletic, a lot more athletic than my last Presa. And I've been very happy with him, very happy with him. He also lives with my mom. My mom's 68 now, and I was a little worried at first. He was jumping on her some, and I was thinking that maybe he was going to have to go to obedience school. And with minimal training, he stopped doing that. And with just me and her working with him, we got him to sit, shake. I mean, he's so smart. He picks up on things so fast. You know, if I figure out a good way to teach him, he'll pick up on it really quick. It's all about me figuring out how to show him the right way, so. And I mean, he's already stronger than my last Presa for sure. My mom only works like 4 hours a day, so she's with him most of the time. I have a camera though in my room and I watch him, and most of the time all he does is wait for me. He sleeps because I get up really early in the morning. I get up at like 4 in the morning and I'm gone by like 4:30 in the morning, and I get home pretty early. So, but when I check on him in the camera, he's usually either sleeping or he's looking out the window for me to get home. So, and my mom lets him out. I mean, sometimes we have a barrier up, and that's coming in. And I think at first my mom was maybe a little bit scared of him as he started to get bigger, and that's completely gone away. So, and he's such a sweetheart with her now. He's at first, because she met him when he was very young. I mean, he was like 4 months old. He still had sharp teeth, you know, and older people have more delicate skin. So it wouldn't take much for him to break her skin. And I know that she was a little bit worried at first. And then he stopped doing that. He picks up on stuff really quick. And he's able to tell between people what he can do and what he can't already, which I thought was pretty cool that he's picking up on. He's a smart dog, very smart. My quality of life with a Presa is so much higher than it is without one. It's basically what it comes down to. The time that I spent between my last Presa and this Presa was not the quality of life I live right now. Not even close. I mean, I look forward to the time I spend with this dog. When I'm at work, what I focus on is the love I have for this dog. If I'm having a shitty day, I focus on the love I have for this dog. 100%. Gets me through the roughest days without saying not a word, not a single word. Yeah, I mean, it's 100% true too, man. That's why when you said, man, you can come and pick up this dog up right now, the next day, I would have went that day if I could have. I would have went that day. And ever since that, I've been so much happier. I still think about Hugo. I've had dreams about Hugo sometimes, you know. I had a dream where I actually sat down and spent time with him, and it literally felt like I spent time with Hugo again. And like, I'm sure there'll be a time, I'm sure he's not going to be my only Presa. I'm sure I'll have 4 or 5 Presas after him. If I could, I would have more than one. It's just where I live right now. Basically, and he goes on so many walks, he does not even use this backyard to go to the bathroom anymore. He will literally, like, I don't even know how he does it. He'll won't go to the bathroom all day long until, he won't eat either when I'm gone. He'll wait until I get home. So, man, he's a special dog. And I have a feeling that all Presas have, because I see some of Hugo and this dog, and I have a feeling that all Presas have a little bit of the same in them. You know, they all kind of act the same way, and they're different than other dogs. They're not, it's not the same as a regular dog. They're not. They treat their owners different. And that's what I noticed right off the bat with Hugo, which it got in my head. And when I was away from him, I literally was like, dude, all I'm thinking about is this dog. And it was weird, because it was like, what is going on? Like, I can't stop thinking about this dog. And like, I would literally drive 4 hours to go see this dog. And I ended up with that dog, and that's what sold me on these dogs. He was like the ambassador for Presas for me. And I'm sold on him, 100. I would pay $20,000 for these dogs if I had to. I really would. I mean, the last one, he had $20,000 in knee surgeries. He wasn't from you, but I mean, 2 knee surgeries. One goes out, and I know that he's not. I can already tell that there's no way. And that guy was breeding though back then, because he came from that era when they were breeding for size. He was selling to football players back east that were getting robbed. And they were like, I want the biggest dog I can get, dog. And like the guy, my friend's son, that's how he was like. I want the biggest dog I can find. And his dad, Hugo's dad, was gorilla. He literally looked like a gorilla. When he was sitting there and you just saw the outline of him, he literally looked like a gorilla that was sitting down, the same outline. And man, breeding for size is not good. No, you breed for health, not size. Yeah, that's not breeding for health, that's breeding for size. And they don't live as long. Hugo lived till he was like, I mean, I always say like almost 8, but dude, it was like almost 7 really. And if he didn't have the knee surgeries, it would have been like 5. So, but even after all that, and I did all the rehab for him, and even after all that, I still wanted a Presa. I didn't get him from Sanders Kennels though. And I definitely didn't go for size. Like his dad wasn't big at all. His mom's kind of a beast though. She's a beautiful dog. I see her face, his eyes. Negra. Dude, when he was young, you literally, when you took a picture of him, his face was so black, you couldn't even like see it. And I think your daughter named him Robert in Spanish. Because he had a mask, she said he had a mask, yeah. I almost didn't pick him. You know who picked him? And I didn't even live with my mom at first. He was not on my radar at all. I did not want a fawn. I've never really seen a fawn that I thought looked good until like, but most of the fawns I was looking at were cane corsos though back then, I've realized. And actually some of these dogs with the ears, they don't look as good. And I was worried that I wasn't gonna like the way he looked at first. And I actually promised my mom that I wasn't gonna have his ears cut. But I was like, all the ones that I didn't like had floppy ears, and I don't like that. It reminds me, like, some cane corsos I see and I think they're so ugly. With the pressed in nose and the floppy ears, they look like big boxers. They look like gigantic boxers. I don't like that look. That's why I even asked you, does he have a smooth muzzle? I think I asked you that. Dude, I love the way he looks. Man, he was not on my radar. I wanted one of those, the brindles. And I still look at brindles. I like brindles. But he's a beautiful dog, man.